My name is Joan Stein, and I have had a very traumatic upbringing where initially in the family there was incest, but at the age of 7, when my father found out there was incest, he blamed me. And he said that I was, quote unquote, a bad little girl, and that there were places for people like me, meaning that he was going to put me in an orphanage if I didn't accept and own up to my, quote unquote, wrongdoing. And so he banished me to my bedroom until I could say, yes, it was me. He wouldn't let me talk and explain that, no, it wasn't me. So I'm in my bedroom, I'm in my closet, because at that point in time, that was my safe zone. And I'm trying to figure out, if he's going to put me in an orphanage, will I be able to survive? Where will I get my next meal from? And then also, it's like I'm trying to figure out, wait a minute, if I go out and say that it was me, then I'm betraying my soul. So I had that whole back and forth argument with myself. But I determined that it was safer for me to stay with this family than to go to an orphanage. And so before going out and telling them that, yes, it was my fault, I decided to become a chameleon. And to, I don't know how children can think like this, but I did. And to whatever that person wanted, that's who I would become. And so I went out, took ownership of that, and everything seemed to settle down. Never once did he blame my brother or even talk with my brother. And then when I was 16 years old, my father became a self-proclaimed go-between between Jimmy Hoffa and the Mafia and Bobby Kennedy Jr. and the FBI. And he would call their offices back and forth, and he would talk with Bobby Kennedy or he would talk with Jimmy Hoffa. And then it came to the point where he was having conversations with hitmen. And I was forced to tape record those phone conversations. And not too long after I had taped one of those conversations, I walked out of the room and he basically says, we've got to run. There's a contract out on our lives. And so I don't know how long we stayed in a hotel, but it was a considerable amount of time that we stayed there. And so that fear of being killed, or this is another reason why I stepped back and didn't go out and expose myself, because underneath it all was this fear that either the FBI was going to find me or the Mafia was going to find me and I was going to be killed. And so working with the upper level practitioners, we were able to expose the rest of it, and I was able to actually rewrite that taping of the phone conversations into something that was really positive. And working through the FasterEFT program, it's absolutely amazing the amount of peace that you get internally. And it really sets you up for something very positive down the road. And I've just signed up for the 2, 3, 4 bundle, and I can't wait to get there and go further. And as I said earlier, as a clinical social worker, still in practice, none of what I've done in the practice, even the energy work I've done, none of it actually addresses rewriting those internal representations. And that's the key to the healing. That's rewriting that and then embellishing upon it. That's absolutely the key. So when I think about the incest, I don't think about that, I've got a picture of my brother and I playing cards. When I think about the mafia, I guess that Irma and Becky didn't really realize it, but there was a moment in my life where I lived on an island and there was a tornado coming. And my dad and I actually went out onto the porch and watched the tornado going by. And to me, that was adventure. And so, even though I'm in the bedroom, you know, supposedly the phone is gone, I'm not tape recording anymore, but I'm pulling out his drawer and saying, which pair of socks do you want me to get, the black or the brown? You know, and he's saying, doesn't matter, just hurry up, the tornado's coming. And so the rewriting is just phenomenal, and I really would hope that everyone, not just anyone, but everyone would find this program and work it. And even if you don't work it in the beginning, get the practitioners to work on you. There has been such a dramatic change since I've done 14 hours of practitioner work. And in those 14 hours, my life is so much better. I don't have that energy just stirring around in the background. It's gone. Now this is another exposure. And this is a poem, like I said, it's called Home. And I started this thinking about when I was real young and as I'm moving through life. I'm from a place of exploration as I learn the importance of a single blade of grass. I'm from the Milky Way as I ponder which star's my real home. I sometimes live with one foot in a state of illusion, just like the rest of the world, and the other in a state of spiritual consciousness, for I know I'm growth and transcendence. I travel life's highways, often choosing roads less traveled, where many dare not go. I search to find that one less traveled in hope of seeing home. When traveling that road of illusion, my life is scattered with debris. Then traveling the road of consciousness, all of a sudden, I am free. I cannot say the journey is sweet, though the sweetness of truth and love are there. I cannot say the journey is short, for you see I'm still traveling there. I cannot say I like the pain, though I know it teaches me. My growth is to find the truth and love that dwells internally. My home is one that is abundantly filled, and I strive to find it soon. But no matter, I know it is the process that allows the blossom to bloom. And when I reach my home within, the joy that I will feel, to touch God's hand and know that indeed it's all real.